Welcome to the Cabin Cruiser Boating Adventure. In this video, I'm going to do a product review of something that a lot of people have commented on that I have on the Swamp Duck. We're going to have a walk along the River Derwent, along the proposed canalised part of the River Derwent, which will enable the Derby Canal to go right into the centre of Derby City itself. This is Los Cristianos on the Canary island of Tenerife, and it's Saturday the 13th of February 2021, and we're going to have a look at a journey that I undertook on a catamaran up the coast to the cliffs of Los Gigantes in search of pilot whales. But first we have to travel from here about 2.5 miles to the port of Colón in order to get the catamaran. So off we go.
The modern marina of Puerto Colón is located in the south of Tenerife, just 16 kilometers from Reina Sofia Airport, nestled in Playa de las Americas, one of the busiest tourist areas of the island. It is protected by a large curved breakwater with a maximum depth of water at low tide of 2 meters. With capacity for 364 anchored boats and 237 moorings, this is one of Tenerife's best equipped marinas. The port has a fuel station, travel lift, slipway and crane. Each dock has fresh water and electricity, and mechanical and maintenance services are available. Besides the variety of hotels in the area, the marina company has its own accommodation complex that offers an alternative for sailors who seek the convenience of a stay on land. The Freebird catamaran is just a little way along the harbour wall. The Freebird 1 is the flagship of the Freebird fleet. From the harbour here at Playa de las Americas, we exit the harbour northwards, going past the beach at Costa Adejo. We go up the coast northwards to Los Gigantes. This is the exit of the harbour opposite the beach of Costa Adejo. The Freebird 1 was built in France. It's 28 meters long and it's the largest of its type in the Canary Islands. After about half an hour, the resort of Los Gigantes is just coming into sight. Tenerife is a volcanic island, and that is reflected on the lava formations that you can see on the coastline. This footage is recorded live on Saturday the 13th of February 2021, and you can see what a beautiful day it is. Gigantes means giants, and that refers to the cliffs that rise to a height of 2,620 feet above the sea. The catamaran actually anchored just the other side of the first cliff in a small cove, where we were able to swim off the back of the boat in the cool Atlantic. Los Gigantes is a much quieter resort than those further south, and as a result, it's been a family favourite for a number of years. On the return journey, we found what we'd been looking for: beautiful pilot whales. The product that I want to review in this video is the anchor light that I have in the bow window in the Swamp Duck. People who have watched my videos or seen the Swamp Duck out and about have often commented how nice it looks. I wanted something decorative to reflect a little bit of boating history, and not being a roses and castles sort of boat, I opted for this. Anchor lights are used as warning lights to mark out a boat at night when it is at anchor or moored. It does come with a working spirit burner, but I bought a set of white battery operated fairy lights to put inside, and it does give a nice warm glow in the cuddy at night. I haven't reviewed it before as I knew they were unavailable, but now Amazon are selling them from another source, so I will leave a link in the description below. So we're looking over the River Derwent again. This is just near to the Alveston Park. So this video links in with my last video about the River Derwent at the park, and also my video about the Derby Canal. You may recall that in that video I talked about there being a spectacular lift that would be built to take boats from the Derby Canal and put them into the River Derwent, and if plans go accordingly, then that would have happened already at this point. So we're going to walk the River Derwent upstream into Derby itself, so this would become a navigation. The River Derwent has for many centuries been used for transportation, but the problem with it is that the water level does vary such a lot, and I know that from bitter experience of my car being left in a car park and the water coming over the top of the riverbank, and the car was left sitting in some of the River Derwent. There are lots of obstacles to negotiate. There's a very, very large weir that takes the river into Derby, so that would have to be negotiated with a lock. Since this was used for navigation, there have been lots of improvements. For example, the building of the Carsington Reservoir, which is much further on upstream and is used to regulate the water levels in the Derwent, particularly when there is a drought. So this is the Midland Mainline Railway, which goes from Derby to Nottingham, and then it goes down to London St Pancras. All along this route you can see remnants of the former Derby Canal. So from here we've got the Derby Arena. And next to it we've got the Pride Park football stadium. This bridge takes traffic over towards the Pride Park stadium from the A52. This culvert is the mouth of an underground river. There are a couple of vlogs on YouTube where people have actually gone inside it and walked it, and it does go for quite a long way up through into Chaddersden. So it's quite an interesting couple of vlogs about that. I can see how fast flowing the River Derwent is today, and I think that would be a worry and something that would need to be addressed if this is going to be used as a navigation. You can really tell that we're heading towards the city. There's just so much rubbish, and there's a log there floating down the Derwent. And there again is the Derby County Football Stadium. The area across the river here is somewhere that they are planning on building a huge marina on the scale of Mercia Marina. So there'll be lots of shops and cafeterias and that kind of thing. The newly installed benches at this part have a nod to Derby's industrial past, with the silk mill, a narrowboat and a train. Derby has a long history of building trains. On our journey up the river, we came across several pairs of these. We have no idea what they are, but if you do, maybe you could let us know in the comments section below. This is where there's a conglomeration of different forms of transport, from a river to footpaths to underpasses, a railway track and a road above. This part of the river here today is really quite low down, but I used to park my car here when I worked for a local bus company, and there were occasions when the river would come right up to this path level, and on occasion I've had to move the car. So that's a massive amount of water that this river can hold at this point. Now in the distance you can see just how fast flowing this river is as it's coming over the weir. Now the idea is that on the right hand side of this there will be a lock that will be built to take you up that weir. At least that's the theory of it. This building here is a hydroelectric power station which powers the council house. It also has a fish pass at the side of it. So this is where the lock would be built. So good luck with that one. On the Derby and Sandiacre Canal Trust website you can find pictures of this artist's impressions with narrowboats pulled up at the side here, moored up against the council house. There's a bit of a problem here with this bridge because the water's very high and it's such a low bridge. There were plans to run a river trip from here starting in 2021, and I do believe that the boat has already been built. So in the distance we have the Derby Silk Mill Museum, and then beyond that the Jury's Inn Hotel. So this modern structure here, as you can see, has been built as a swing bridge in preparation for moving it out of the way for potential boats. It's a huge structure. The course of the river now follows through Derby Park and more or less ends up where I started to look at the Little Eaton Canal. And if I swing this camera around, you're now backing onto Derby Cathedral. This statue commemorates Charles Edward Stuart, Bonnie Prince Charlie, who took the town of Derby in November 1745 on his way to try and take the English throne. He got as far as Swoxton Bridge, near to the stand that I featured in my video last week, and then he had to turn round and go back to Scotland, where there were dire consequences. A very beautiful building inside, and it's where I was in the choir for a number of years.
I hope you enjoyed that video. Please press the subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of your mobile phone or tablet, which is displayed throughout my videos, and please press the bell icon on the home page of my channel and you will be notified by YouTube each time I produce a new video. Please feel free to share any of my videos and give us a thumbs up and make any comments below, as I do enjoy reading them and I will respond to each and every one of them. So thank you for watching and do take care.